Welcome back to Coin Lady channel, where you can always find the most interesting and up-to-date information about XRP. In contrast to Ripple, SOAP is not a form of investment security. Has the SEC acknowledged this previously? At the end of this video, I'll show you something entirely new that John D just brought up in this video, something that will show you how out of line the SEC is with this current lawsuit against Ripple, since they may have already obtained proof to refute their entire position. I'd also like to broach the controversial topic of Ripple's controversial price suppression of XRP. Both within and outside of the XRP community, this topic has generated a lot of talk. At the end of the video, I'll show you something that should provide light on whether or not XRP price is being artificially held down by Ripple. If you're curious about why, you'll want to see the movie through to the finish. Whatever it was, CFTC Chairman Bill Heyman was speaking at the same moment on how to receive free Ethereum. In fact, the chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission is advocating for a very similar argument. I'm sure we've all heard something similar to what he says in this tape, which is really just his opinion. A theory, in his perspective, is more analogous to a commodity than a security. Furthermore, he foresees a future in which large financial institutions can provide theory-based derivatives. In essence, he is lending credibility to the SEC's argument that all cryptocurrencies might be considered securities, despite the fact that the data strongly suggests otherwise. You might believe this is all a coincidence. After all, there are many possible explanations for why he's spreading the same story. Of course, Jay Clayton, former chairman of the CFTC, oversaw this person in his role as an SEC attorney. And I think most of you already know what this is about. Thus, there is still another party that looks to be involved in Ethereum's regulatory exemption. This shows that our government has taken a wide-ranging push to launch Ethereum while shutting the door on competitors. It was first puzzling that the case had been dismissed, given the regulatory free passes being given to the decentralized model. It didn't make any sense that relatively simple technologies like Bitcoin were treated with clarity while the XRP ledger and other, more complex technologies were left in the dark. Why? All this acclaim was going to Ethereum, a much newer and more centralized system. This further corroborates the theory that the whole blockchain industry's recent history has been one long plot to centralize power over Bitcoin and Ethereum. Sadly for them, folks like John Doe have been keeping tabs on this from the beginning, and they won't stand for it. If people like John D. and others like him keep at it, I think the truth will emerge. We had no one to defend us in John Dutton. If he weren't so dogged and unyielding, I think a lot of this would have been swept under the rug. I don't see how the monopoly principle can survive into the future, given how much more information will become public. Next, I'll show another point that John D recently made that demonstrates how ridiculously broad the US claims are against Ripple. In a tweet earlier today, Don Deaton said the SEC claims are so far-fetched that they imply anyone buying XRP in Japan is in business with Ripple and every other XRP holder. Moreover, XRP is a security, contrary to the statements of Japan's own regulator. In arguing that buyers of XRP in nations like Japan are engaged in a joint venture with Ripple, John Deaton is demonstrating the ludicrousness of the SEC's case against the company. Regardless of the fact that Japan's own regulator has debunked this. She stated that they did not undertake their own research before filing this action, therefore their claim that XRP tokens are securities of the Ripple platform was guaranteed to fail. According to the securities laws that inspired the SEC, this does not qualify as a security. Take into account that the orange is the investment contract and never a security. The orange was sold in this fashion, but nobody was going to claim that it was a security because the SEC can't go to the Netherlands and tell the locals that the oranges they are holding are actually securities of the United States Space Establishment. There is no logic to any of this. Similarly, the SEC cannot claim that the Japanese XP is a security of rippling. Contrary to common belief, this is not how securities laws function. The absurdity of the issue is heightened by the fact that the Japanese regulator disagrees with whatever the heck is being said. To be honest, all it does is improve your level of comprehension. He concedes that the whole thing is based on shaky evidence. Not only that, but they brought it without first checking it out. Moreover, things take a decidedly downward turn at this point. Have a look at this. This was something I learned quite some time ago. This is a memorandum of understanding, a contract outlining the terms of cooperation between the two parties involved. The SEC and the Japanese Financial Services Agency are also parties to this arrangement. The end consequence is that cooperation between the two regulatory bodies is essential. Neither jurisdiction should ever be caught off guard by developments in the other. Inference: the US SEC knew Japan was working to deregulate XRP as a security but said nothing. They didn't publicly protest Japan's actions in the region, though. The SEC kept silent, and word was simply spread. It's true that the European Union let Japan make the case that XRP is not a Ripple security while the US sat mute. This is further evidence that when we bought XRP, we did not expect it to be categorized as a security, even as Ripple grew their business. The SEC tried all it could to make Ripple believe they had done nothing wrong and to convince us that we were right. As far as we were concerned, the SEC had already done everything necessary to ensure that XRP would not be a security when they suddenly abandoned this legal action. The situation was already bad, but it was never justified. The real lesson here is what to expect when Judge Torres issues her final ruling. In a horrible turn of events, C. now finds herself. He made the wrong assumption to start this debate. They should have based their assertions on actual Ripple sales. Not them, obviously. They went with an unconventional, hurried strategy that made no sense at any point. In light of this, I am more confident than ever that Ripple will emerge victorious in the end. As I draw to a close, I'd want to talk about the suppression of the XRP price. Is Ripple suppressing the price of XRP? This is because many people in the Bitcoin, Maxis, and even XRP communities use and share charts like this. Brad Garlinghouse and the Ripple crew have been telling us this from the start. It first displays a graph illustrating the declining price of XRP, then another graph indicating what amounts to the release of XRP onto the market by Ripple. And if you don't look too closely, you might think that the drop in XRP price is due to Ripple releasing more of the cryptocurrency onto the market. I'd like to show you why this data has been severely skewed, and the first step is a focus on XRP price that lasts far too briefly. This chart of Ripple's XRP sales reveals that the company dumped the cryptocurrency at a substantially faster clip in 2020, 2021, and 2022, extending from 2013 until 2023. Yet, in this chart, XRP never went higher than $2,122. Analyze XRP beginning from the time when Ripple dumped the currency. XRP's up at an exponential pace since then and the price has exploded. That's when Ripple's XRP supply additions to the market were the smallest. While the two events are unrelated and this graph and data set are heavily manipulated, they show that XRP can still climb by hundreds of % after Ripple offers it to the market. And here's something else to mull over. Importantly, this was also reported by Stephen the Bear, who is fantastic at finding information like this. I can't seem to locate the tweet at the moment, but he appears to have made certain claims that run counter to yours. Yet, the Ripple API allows us to be confident that the growing XRP supply is almost on par with Ethereum's 22% and somewhat ahead of Bitcoin's 19%. It's clear now that XRP is distributed by Ripple in the same way as all other major cryptocurrencies. The other major Layer 1 blockchains use the same inflation rate or amount entering the market. Indeed, Ripple is selling that XRP rather than only marginally selling it, or instead of giving rewards for staking, there really isn't much of a difference, even though there's more stuff hitting the market, but there's only so much XP to go around. Once all 100 billion XRP have been sold, Ripple will stop selling the cryptocurrency permanently. This should teach you that buying and selling XRP through Ripple does not halt the rise in XRP value. It makes no difference whether Ripple is rising or decreasing while selling. Until all of Ripple's XRP has been sold, the company will continue to do so. Yet, in the meantime, keep in mind that blockchain is unique to the present. Don't get into the myth that the arrival of new coins is driving the price of XRP to decline. The data merely refutes that claim. But, periodically new coins will be released. In time, we can expect this to stop occurring. Still, I genuinely appreciate your being here. I trust you found this latest installment interesting. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons. See you later, bye.